Back in with another back in with another video. Thursday, December 26th, 2:59 a.m. Ooh, 3 a.m. Hope y'all had a Merry Christmas, man. Happy holidays, whatever, man. However y'all feeling, man. Right now, I'm off. I'm off of melatonin right now. I'm chilling. I'm cooling. Hope y'all had a. I went to break right now too. What I've been doing is what's break. I've been just getting money. I'm getting knowledge. Money, rest, knowledge. That's what I've been on this winter break, man. Um, Today's video, we'll be talking about, my bad, for the noise. We talk about the books I've read throughout this year, which is 2024, and the books I plan to read in 2025. All right. First, I'm gonna talk about the book I'm currently reading right now. I'm currently reading the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Powerful Lessons in Personal Change by Stephen R. Covey. I like this book a lot. Taught me a lot about a lot of the next like couple 2 or 3 videos are gonna be about topics from this book, like the Inside Out paragym. I don't know how to say that word for real. Paradgm. How do you say that word? That's also gonna be talking about like how your problems, how you think people are causing your problems on the outside is actually coming from within yourself. How you're the cause of that problem and shit like that. So I'm gonna get into that when that video comes up. And another video I got from the book is how to break bad habits and create new ones, and why you have to begin with the end in mind. Begin with the end in mind. That's the title of that video. That's gonna be a whole thing. So I'm gonna get into that when the video comes. But yeah, this is the book I'm currently reading right now. I really like it right now. It's teaching me a lot. I'm on like page. I'm not really that far in the book. Page 110 right now. The book has like what? Let me see how much. Like 330 pages, 340 pages. So yeah, I should finish that in the next couple weeks. I should finish that before I go back to school. I go back to school January 21st. I should definitely finish this book before I go to school. All right. So the books I've read um this year. First book I read this year was, I want to drop my shit. Rich Dad's Guide to Investing: What the Rich Invest In That the Poor and Middle Class Do Not, by Robert T. Kiyosaki. If you're into like personal finance books, investment books, things like that, you probably know the author Robert T. Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, things like that. I never read Rich Dad Poor Dad, but like this book I just read, Guide to Investing, kind of goes over like the major parts of that book. So I really don't feel the need to read Rich Dad Poor Dad, but I still might read it just cause But and then maybe in the later future. But yeah, I really like this book. I've been reading this book for a long time. Like I finished it this year, like early this year. But I was reading this book for like on and off for like years, to be honest. Since like sophomore year, to be honest. I finished this year. That's because I really started getting locked in on the reading this year. For real. I'm proud of myself for that. Like the end of last year and this year. I read 5 books this year. Look, it should have been more, to be honest. But yeah, this book talks about investing, how different perspectives on investing, how you want to be an inside investor, how there's different quadrants of investing, sophisticated investor. I really don't remember. I haven't opened this book in a minute. It talks about why people don't have control of their own personal finance, like common mistakes that other people make, and how to fix these mistakes and the things you need to be doing to invest in what the rich invest in. And it teaches you how the rich stay rich, how the poor stay poor, and it teaches you how to get like the rich. You feel me? So yeah, this was a really great book. I recommend it to anyone who's trying to get into any personal finance and get their money right. Which is everyone, to be honest. I feel like everyone should be trying to get their money right. You feel me? So yeah, I recommend that book. was the first book I finished this year. All right. Second book I read this year, Carter G. Woods. Oh, The Miseducation of the Negro by Carter G. Woodson. Um, yeah, this is a great book. Talk about talks about how the African male has become dependent on the white male, and how in this country that everything is designed against the African male. Nothing is designed to help us win. You feel me? And it's caused us over the years to become dependent on the white male, and it teaches you how, it shows you how white people, how you are dependent on the white man without even knowing that you're dependent on the white man. Like there's certainly some things in the book um I took from where I was like, damn, I peep how I was dependent on the white man on that, and how like sometimes if even when you think you're doing for yourself, you think you're on some solo dolo shit, you still depend on the white man. This is a great read, real short book too. I finished the book really quick. Only like what 150 pages max, 140. I'm gonna pull up some. This one I first started underlining my books too. This one I started underlining my books. So um, I'm gonna pull up a couple underlined parts I can find. One underlined part is, oh yes, this was a good part where like they think like this was a good part where like the dependent Negro, they think they're educated, they think they're so smart and shit, but you really depend on white man. Let me talk about what they say in this little slip right here on page 5. Page 5, the message of the kitchen, the Negro. Difficult. Blah. My bad, y'all. The difficulty is that the educated Negro is compelled to live and move among his own people, whom he has been taught to despise. As a rule, therefore, the educated Negro prefers to buy his food from a white grocer because he has been taught that the Negro is not clean. It does not matter how often the Negro washes his hands, then he cannot clean them. And it does not matter how often the white man uses his hands, he cannot soil them. What this means that in like since birth, bro, even even if it's been indirect, black people have always been taught to despise their race, especially if you're like a higher education black man. You're taught to despise the lower education, you're less fortunate black man. And how in the media that black people are always portrayed as dirty, thuggish, ratchet. Like, for example, there's been times myself where like I've been judged by a fellow black person without even knowing, and I've been judging other fellow black people without even knowing. Like it's really like in conscience, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a very hard habit to break out of because like it's instilled in you since birth, bro. It's in the media you take in the schooling that you take in. You know, just the lessons you're taught around from your parents because it's been instilled in them. So like that really hit heavy for me. Like how the educated black man is taught. The educated black man has been educated to despise his own people. That's what got me. That's what really hit. I'm gonna get one more excerpt from this book that I underline. Oh, this is a business one. Page 9 of the Miseducated Negro states: in the schools of business administration, Negroes are trained exclusively in the psychology and economics of Wall Street and are therefore made to despise the opportunities to run ice wagons, push banana carts, and sell peanuts among their own people. This means that the black man who is educated in business is taught not to do business with the other black man, bro. Unconsciously, indirectly, even directly, but it's indirect to us. The Negro is trained to not make business with the black man, not make business with someone who is less than and who will not make them more money. And the black man is trained to be seen as other, to be seeing other black men as dirty, unwise, um, not be able to make money, very poor, very financially ill-minded. So we are taught indirectly to not make business with other black men. You know, that's a couple little excerpts from The Miseducated Negro. I recommend this book heavily. This book was a real eye opener for me. third book I read this year. The Vision of the Anointed by Thomas Sowell. Self-congratulation as a basis for social policy. This is a crazy story about this book. This book was given to me by one of my good friends. His father, while we were on a shroom trip at his house. This is my first time doing shrooms. We're riding around downtown, and we go back on the train, go back up to the burbs where we live, and then we chill in his house, and then his dad's just talking to us, because his dad was always talking to us about some political shit or anything, and he recommended us this book, and I was like, because we're just sitting there listening, like we're off the shrooms gang, we just chilling. Oh, I didn't click the bread. So then we're off the shroom chilling, blah blah, and then boom, he gave me the book. I read the book. This book right here is hard as fuck. Like, I always been a smart nigga. I always been a highly capable reader. I didn't understand a lot in this book. I don't know. This book was really advanced. Thomas Sowell, very world-renowned, controversial economist. That sounds economist. I don't know. That sounds weird. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's black economist, economic. Ah, bro, why am I tweaking right now? It's break. Anyway, I'm gonna take a couple excerpts from the page from the book and read it to you. I know I underlined this. Oh, this book talks about how like the media. One thing this book talks about a lot is that how the media portrays things, like how like it may seem like it's happening now, but this is something that's been happening before. The excerpt from the book talks about how the media is just a cover up from what the government's really doing. On page 15, in the Vision Anointed, it states, "I think we have poverty rates over 25%." This is a quotation. This is like someone talking. "I think we have poverty rates over 25%. Even though poverty and dependency were going down for years before the war on poverty began. Professor Danziger chose to assert that poverty rates would have gone up. There is no possible reply to these heads, I would, and tails you lose assertion, except to note that they would justify any policy on any subject anywhere, regardless of its empirically observed consequences. In short, no matter what happens, the vision of the anointed always succeeds. If not by the original criteria, then by criteria extemporized later. And if not by empirical criteria, then by criteria sufficiently subjective to escape even the possibility of refutation. Evidence becomes irrelevant. What this means is that the government, the anointed, the elites, wants to put on the regular people like me, you, everyone else. They put in false stats, false data to cover up what's really happening. They want you to see what they want you to see. They want. Damn, let me fix my camera. They want you to see what they want you to see. They're not gonna show you the real, bro. That's why the book's called The Vision of the Anointed. They want to show you the fake, and this is how you get to. The vision anointed is always right. The vision anointed is not always right. The vision anointed is what they're gonna make to see what you're gonna see in the media, what you're gonna see in the news, what you're gonna see in Google. You hit Google. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a very deep book. This is deep for my spiritual people who want to take a stand against the government. You cannot believe everything. I do not believe. Like when I read this book, I didn't believe the shit that was said in the news. I didn't believe any stats that was said in the media. I remember I did my own research on a topic that popped up in the news, and I found out that the data was wrong. There's just a couple, like, people do not take the due diligence to do their own research to find the real stats and real data. They just see the first thing that they see on the news and then just run with the game. That's the problem with it, bro. Everyone got to do their due diligence. But that's not gonna happen. That's not how the world works. But yeah, this is a very good book about economics, how the government wants to show you. Like, I recommend this book for people who are, of course, my spiritual people who want to take a stand against the government. People who, my rebels out there. and just pure economics. Like Thomas Sowell is a great economist, and he has other books I like to read. Once I get my my reading level up, low key, because this book was hard as fuck. I'm gonna get one more excerpt from the book. Let me find something real quick. There you go. Page 33 states, invalid statistics serve the purpose of allowing the anointed to preempt the decision by telling the public only will gain political support. This just explained what I said before. I'm gonna find another excerpt. Are we recording? If we're not recording, bro, I'm going to bed. Okay, we're recording. Okay. Alright, bet. I'm giving another excerpt. Here you go. But broad brush, page 48. But broad brush statistics, which count the transient and the permanent the same, as all too many sort of statistics do, given the much higher cost of following specific individuals over time, all potentially very misleading. However, those on the lookout for hot statistics often seize upon the dubious numbers when such statistics seem to confirm the vision of another. Like, I underlined that. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Yeah, I'm trying to find another one that I can understand for real. Like, I definitely like this book. Once I read it, I was like, I definitely gotta reread this later because I don't know. Ooh, this one has a. I just found a annotation with a question mark. I definitely gotta reread this shit, bro. I can't explain this shit to y'all, bro. But yeah, bro, that's a very high level book. I recommend it to anyone. As I said, taking a stand against the government, real rebels. You know what I'm saying? And economists. How much bread? Ooh, the bread going up, man. 21 mil. All right. Fourth book I read this year. Oh, this is not the fourth book. This is the fourth book. Fourth book I read this year. Shoe Dog by Phil Knight. A memoir about the creator of Nike. This out of all the books I read, this is probably my favorite book I read this year. Definitely. This book was given to me by a very special, not that, that's gay. Let me chill. By a very successful man in my community. He saw a vision in me and he decided to help me, help out my entrepreneurship, my eager go-getterness, and provide a book for me. True about Phil Knight. It's a great book. It's just really about the beginnings of Nike and how Nike became to be, how Phil Knight went from a track student at the University of Oregon with no real direction in what his career path to making shoes at a company called Blue Ribbon, which is basically a company before Nike, and then making shoes with his track coach, Bill Bowerman, legendary track coach Bill Bowerman, and then building up to what it is today with as Nike, the largest athletic wear brand in the world. So yeah, this is a great read for anyone trying to this is a great read for everyone. I feel like everyone should read this book. Not even if you're not even in the entrepreneurship, finance world, you should still read this book. It just talks about just really good perseverance. Really good story of perseverance, really good story of, staying committed to your passions, doing and having a job that's not really a job, you know what I'm saying? Doing what you love, not really a job, you know what I'm saying? This is a great book, great read. I'm gonna get a couple of excerpts from it too. Man, I can't find no one. No, here we go. Page 41. Oh, this is just him giving advice, you know what I'm saying? He says, what you want to do while you're young is get your CPA. I don't know what that is. That along with your MBA will put a solid 4 foot under your earnings. solid full under your earnings. Then when you change jobs, which you will, trust me, at least you maintain your salary level. You won't go backward. That's some advice someone gave him when he was younger. I don't even know what a CPA is, to be honest, man. And I'm literally in college. That's why some college shit. Let me find. I'm trying to find a good thing for y'all, bro. Like I'm trying to. I didn't really underline this book because really just like a story, you know. He just telling a story. Here you go. This is a good little section. The few nooks. Oh, page 96. The few nooks and crannies that didn't hold shoes were filled with books and more books piled on homemade bookshelves, rough planks laid on cinder blocks. And Johnson didn't read trash. His collection was mostly thick volumes of philosophy, religion, sociology, anthropology, and the classics of Western literature. I thought I loved to read. Johnson was like, whatever. This is talking about how one of his early partners, Johnson, he went to visit his house because Johnson was like this is when he was at Blue Ribbon. Mr. Knight was like focusing like southwest on the west coast. Johnson was on the east coast, slinging that Blue Ribbon. And he went to visit his house, and yeah, and he went to his house. Bro had hella books, like you just really getting that knowledge. He was really getting that knowledge, and he was really committed to the job. All he had in his house was shoes and books. That's how I'm trying to be like in my own crib. I'm gonna have like hella knowledge, hella books, and hella whatever my passion is, hella things dedicated to whatever my passion is. Probably stock market, so like hella like monitors or like stock markets, trades, things like that, sports betting, shit, all like that. I'm just a money getting ass thinking, man. Fifth book I read this year, The Millionaire Mind by Thomas J. Stanley. This book was found in my father's library. A lot of books are found in my dad's library. The first two books I talked about, The Miseducation of the Negro and The Guide to Rich Dad Guide to Investing. We both found in my dad's library. Shout out to my pops, man. Love my dad, man. Real talk. But yeah, this book is by Thomas J. Stanley. Just talk about how it's kind of like I say it's similar to the book I'm reading right now, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Talks about how like rich people, millionaire mind, how they operate through the day to day, what they do, and how they think differently than regular people, and yeah, I'm gonna do a couple excerpts from the book. I recommend this book to my personal finance, by self growth people, my finance people, and people trying to get better financial literacy. Let me get a couple of underlines from the book now. Yeah, I'm literally sitting down. I'm okay, mom. Like, what y'all hear that, bro? What is he talking about? Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, this book talks about like when I'm looking through the book, it just tells you like a lot of things you need to do to be like financially literacy, like financial literate and financially stable when you're older. Like a lot of millionaires, like when you look on YouTube, you think like they're waking up at 6 a.m. No, not 6 a.m. That's really regular time. Like 4 a.m. They waking up 4 a.m. They doing everything before people sleep. Like they really not moving like that, bro. Like they're not moving like that, bro. That's not really how it goes. But like a lot of things that you see from YouTube videos and the media is correct. Like their integrity, their discipline, their social skills, and their hard work, their work ethic, and something that's very big and important is a supportive spouse. Like before I read this book, and before I started reading the book now, I was really like a very independent person, you know. And reading these two books have helped me become more interdependent. How yes, I can succeed on my own, but I can succeed even further with the help of others. So I feel like this book really changes the mindset. Like you gotta do it by yourself. You gotta lock in. You gotta isolate yourself from people and just lock in and um do it by yourself. You're like no one gonna get you there. No one gonna help you. Blah blah blah. Like yes, but to a certain extent. Like yes, you can go far by yourself, but you can go even further with the help of others. That's why you know what I'm saying. These are great books. Reaching my perspective on that. And yeah, I'm getting the excerpt. It's further in the book. It's like in the middle of the book. If I can find something. Here we go. Page 287. The dollars you earn for the nails you inserted today don't matter so much. The real issue is how many future dollars your efforts today will pay. What is that talking about? I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I get another excerpt. You were a high school All-American, the first team college All-American, and the first running back drafted in the pros this year. But you blow your knee. Your agent, on the other hand, has a growing stable of your kind. He grows his business like people grow apple trees. Once you are in his orchard, you keep producing for him. When you can no longer produce apples or hammer nails, they remove your dead or dying trunk from the field. Replacement apple trees inserted like the interchangeable parts of the machine. Ooh, that's a bar. That's just how trying to tell young people that sports is not everything, bro. Like that shit can be taken with you. All that hard work can be taken just like snapping the fingers. You know what I'm saying? That's when you build these skills that will stay with you no matter what happens to your body. But yeah, these are the 5 books I read this year. I don't know. This video is getting kind of long, so I'm gonna make a separate video about the books I plan to read this upcoming year of 2025. Thank you for watching. JF out.